Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a new series and it is my very first collaboration. So if you'd like to see more, then stay tuned. Hey friends, thanks for joining us. If you're new here, this is EllisFamLife, #autistictwins, where we like to do three things. We want to raise, relate, and educate. Raise awareness and acceptance for nonverbal autism, relate to you and the autistic person in your life, and educate by sharing examples and stories of our life with nonverbal autistic twins, Alex and Will. So today's video is really special, and I'm really excited about today's interview because it's my very first collaboration, and I sat down on Easter Sunday with a dear friend and talked about her autism story. So she gets to share her story and you get to see what it's like, especially in this story for someone who has been dealing with this for almost 20 years, and the paths that have been forged for people like us who are just starting on our autism journey. Without further ado, let's jump into part 5 of our interview with Kim Poston. I hope y'all enjoy. Because that hypersensitivity, that hyperfocus can contribute a lot to anxiety. How does he manage? Does he take an antidepressant now that he's grown and y'all can do an antidepressant? Because that kind of calms it down a little bit. Because, you know, in your brain, it's just so, that anxiety can really take over.
Yes.
You know, and I'm sure y'all have had to deal with that. So
for years.
What does he take now, and does
years.
it seem to kind of calm it down a little bit?
He deals with anxiety, a lot of OCD issues.
Yeah.
Because when you feel like your world around you is out of control,
you have to maintain some control.
And for him, his manifests in, like, he picks at his skin.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you look at particularly his arms, some of them, like, I have a burn from work. He works at a restaurant, and so he's gotten a couple of burns, and so he's got some burn places. That's not from him. He doesn't burn himself. But, like, if he gets a mosquito bite and it itches,
pick at it. Yeah.
then he'll literally pick at it until it's an ulcerated place on his arm.
Yeah.
Which with a compromised immune system is not fabulous.
Yeah.
He
should keep it from getting cellulitis.
Staph, which is what because there are a lot of antibiotics that he can't take because of the Stevens-Johnson syndrome. So staph is really what they worry about with him. He takes, for his depression and anxiety, he takes Prozac. That's a fairly new one. He's been taking that about a year, and that seemed to help some. Now, keep in mind, if your kid's got anxiety issues or depression issues or body image issue or whatever their issue is, there's not a pill that's going to fix them.
Right.
What the goal of medication for these kinds of things is to alleviate the stress of the anxiety enough to be able to deal with it.
Right.
Because you can get so overwhelmed with
the anxiety
that you can't function.
An auditorium with people and he knows way too many details because he can't shut it off. He needs something that helps calm it down so he can deal with it.
Precisely.
So Prozac seems to help him.
Prozac has seemed to help. He also takes clomipramine at night. And that helps him with his OCD, skin picking kind of things. He still does it. But now he doesn't have a dozen places on each arm that are openly bleeding. He may have one place that's covered with a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And there's also a supplemental powder that Dr. Faber recommended, strongly urged. We get it off of Amazon, and it's called inositol. inositol.
Okay.
It is really good at helping with OCD and anxiety.
It's over the counter?
It's over the counter.
What is it, a powder?
It's a powder. He adds a teaspoon of it to whatever, milk or juice or tea or whatever he's taking his medication with. Yeah. And, he doesn't wait for it to dissolve. He hates to wait that long. So he'll just kind of swish it around and slug it back.
So what's it made out of? Is it it's a drug?
I can't remember. I have to Google that.
Inositol.
INOSITOL.
Is it expensive?
No. Cyclohexanol. Okay, so these are its other names. That's on WebMD. That's the first thing that popped up.
It just looks like it's complicated. And why is it over the counter?
It is a vitamin-like substance. It's found in many plants and animals, also produced in the human body, and can be made in a lab. It can be found in many forms called isomers. Some people take it by mouth for diabetes, nerve problems caused by diabetes.
Maybe it's a neuro thing. It helps neuro.
Yeah, it helps.
Calms down OCD.
Yeah.
Then
It's also used for depression, schizophrenia, autism, Alzheimer's, ADHD, bipolar, OCD.
So it's neuro.
Panic disorders, PTSD, anxiety disorders, blah, blah, blah. Dr. Faber is not, he's like, he may show some benefit from it. He may not. He said, I have patients who swear by it. I have other patients who say they might as well take a spoon of sugar because it helps them about that much.
Right.
So it seems like it's an all or nothing thing, and it is not going to hurt him, but I would really like for him to try it.
Yeah.
So he takes it once in the morning and once at night. Really, we can tell a difference.
Can you tell a difference?
We ran out of it one time, and it was like his anxiety got put into overdrive. Like it was.
So is it a compound that the body makes and it doesn't have enough of it? If it's already made in the body and the body might need it.
Yeah.
You know.
I can't remember. Dr. Faber explained to me what it does.
I'll go back and do some research. Because it sounds a little bit like CBD, endocannabinoid receptors and how we have it in our body already, but we don't have enough, and it just helps calm down neuroinflammation.
Yeah.
And it kind of helps some of the same things.
Yeah.
So this has probably just been around longer.
This one's very safe. Like, they give it to women who have gestational diabetes.
Okay, so you can take it when you're pregnant.
It can help with polycystic ovarian syndrome. Like, so there are a lot of different things.
Good health benefits. Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, it's not expensive at all.
Yeah.
And for him, it really seems to help. May not help everybody. I don't know.
Okay, so now go back and talk about that 4th grade testing.
Okay, so the summer between 4th and 5th grade was really pivotal. That's the time when we decided, okay, you know what, lifestyle changes are not going to be enough for his ADHD. We're going to need some medication on board. That is also when we, as a homeschool mom, and at that point as a veteran homeschool mom, because keep in mind my older son is 7.5 years older. So he was already in school, or we were already homeschooling when Ellis was born. And so by the time Ellis hit 4th grade, it was like, okay. In addition to the ADHD, which we knew about, and the autism, which I very strongly believed, he was having a lot of trouble in school. Like 1st grade, did fine.
You talking about academically?
Yeah.
Because we're not talking about behavioral, because he's at home, because you're with him all the time. It's not like he's dealing with other children.
Right. No, this was strictly on an academic level. I know my husband is dyslexic, and he was not diagnosed until he went into the Marine Corps. He also has what we now know as dyscalculia, and had to have a tutor every summer through school to graduate. Well, starting when?
7th grade.
For every summer after that to get through school because of math and reading and things like that. And so we knew it was a possibility. You know, those things tend to run in families. Brendan didn't really have a lot of those issues, but Ellis, it looked like, did. And so I talked to our homeschool umbrella leader, our headmistress, and she was a fantastic resource. She was like, okay, here's who you need to talk to. You need to call the Scottish Rights people. Scottish Rights Foundation has taken on dyslexia. That's their cause. Like the Scottish Rights Hospital, big hospital in Texas, they have an entire branch of it that is strictly devoted to dyslexia and study and helps
therapies
for it, school programs. And so we made an appointment. She said, no, there's a waiting list. So I'm thinking 6 months or whatever. Turned out to be like 2 weeks.
Oh, that's not even a waiting list.
No, I'm like, oh, that's just like a regular appointment. So we took him to the Scottish Rights Foundation here in Birmingham. He did it several hours long assessment with a lady by the name of Dr. Bird, and she had her PhD in psychology and education. So like, this is what she did.
Yeah.
This is not something she decided to do on the side. Like, this was her thing.
Yeah.
So she explained to me, you're going to be in this conference room. I'm going to be over here with Ellis, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to, do these assessments. This is what I'll be testing for. I'll be able to tell you as soon as the testing is over. It'll take a couple of weeks for you to get the written, formal evaluation in the mail, but I can go ahead and give you a heads up as soon as we're done.
Nice.
So she came back a few hours later, and Ellis, bless his heart, he was, I guess, 10, and he looked like a dish rag that somebody had just
oh my goodness,
squeezed all the water out of. I mean, he was like early afternoon, and he was just like, I just want to take a nap. I'm so tired.
Bless his heart.
Like, his brain. He said, Mama, my brain hurts.
Yeah.
And
it was rigorous.
It was rigorous, but it was very thorough. And he was diagnosed with dyslexia, dyscalculia, and dysgraphia, which is getting the thoughts out through the pen.
Okay,
so
interesting. Which you kind of needed that label to help you understand him a little better.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, is this an ADHD thing that he can't be bothered to sit down
Can
and
you
write these assignments?
What box are you going to put this in so that you can help him? But you couldn't really put it in a box.
Right, because I'm like, it just doesn't feel like an ADHD thing.
Yeah.
At this point, we're pretty familiar with how that manifests in him.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's not, I just don't understand what's going on, which is why I went and talked to Debbie.
Yeah.
And Debbie said, I can't diagnose him. I'm not qualified.
Yeah.
Here's who you need to talk to.
Yeah.
And that's why we went to the Scottish Rites people. And what I explained to Ellis about the learning thing was, he was like, if you've ever met a kid or ever known a kid who's dyslexic or has any type of learning disability, the common theme is, I just wish I weren't so stupid.
They feel stupid?
Oh, they feel incredibly stupid because they just can't understand it. They don't get it.
Yeah.
And the way I explained it to Ellis, I was like, baby, there's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with the way I'm teaching you. I'm trying to teach you in a way that your brain is not set up to learn. It's my job as the key holder to find the right key. Your brain is the lock. There's nothing wrong with the lock. Just because this key won't fit in there doesn't mean that the lock is faulty.
Yeah.
It means I'm trying to do it with the wrong key.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing right now is getting information to help me narrow down what is the right key. That, I'm not going to say that was a magic conversation and he never felt stupid after that.
But it was still a turning point.
Yeah. It was. Remember, baby, I'm looking for a key. And we found the right key for the dyslexia, but we're still working on one for the dyscalculia. It's just, it's a process. You just got to be patient with me. Don't be impatient with yourself.
Yeah.
This is not your problem. This is not your issue. This is my issue to solve.
We'll just have to
That's
figure
my
it out.
job.
Yeah.
I'm your mother and I'm your teacher.
Yeah.
And it's my job to teach you the way you learn.
Okay, friends, if you have enjoyed the collaborative interview with Kim Poston, be sure to click that like button. If you're interested in seeing more of EllisFamLife, #AutisticTwins, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell to ring notifications for videos that I release on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. If you know of someone who needs to meet us or needs to hear our story or needs to build community because they're alone in the autism world, then share this video with them and get our message out there. Head on over to Facebook and like us on EllisFamLife #AutisticTwins and on Instagram EllisFamLife_AutisticTwins. We also have a CBD page if you're interested in knowing more about our use of CBD with our twins Alex and Will. Then see us on Facebook at EllisFamLife #AutisticTwins CBD VIP. And I look forward to seeing you in all of those places. And thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Stay tuned for next week for the next part. And as always, I look forward to next time.